Hey, welcome to Butcher Bay Rejects. I'm Mark.
I'm Greg. What's up, nerds?
How you doing this week, bud?
Pretty good. Watched a lot of stuff. Want to get into some more than others, but let's start off with What If on Disney Plus, because I'm curious to think what you thought of it. What if Killmonger rescued Iron Man? What'd you think?
You know what? It didn't really do much for me.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one. Don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. It's kind of a weird storyline, I thought.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's
Did we really need it? Okay.
No, because you ended up in the same spot, so to speak, right? Yeah, Killmonger becomes Black Panther. Now he just took a different route how to get there, and yeah, he killed off Tony, he killed off T'Challa, right?
And War Machine.
And War Machine, yeah, he got rid of Rhodey. So, I mean, he went there a different way, killing different people, which obviously has a ripple effect out into the MCU, but it didn't really change. I mean, it changed, but I don't think it was a story that needed to be told.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't.
I think the more interesting story would have been if they had fast-tracked what Killmonger did, and then we see what Pepper and Shuri do afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if we're going to get a part 2 of this episode.
I'm not sure. But I mean, like I said, I saw that and I was just kind of like, wow, okay. Yeah. And then when it ends with Shuri and Pepper, I'm like, okay, this should be interesting. And then credits. What?
Yeah.
So I think What If is hitting and missing on a few of these episodes.
Yeah, exactly. I guess they can't all be home runs, but
no, they can't all be home runs. But I mean, still,
probably my least favorite one. Not much to say on it, you know.
Yeah, no, it definitely hits lower for me than even like T'Challa as Star-Lord. And the zombie one, like if it hit lower for me than the zombie one, it wasn't really that great.
Exactly. Well, we don't have to waste. Let's waste time on the better stuff we saw. Then we'll just skip over this. Head into heels then, since
heels got a little exciting this week.
Yes and no. My heart went out to Val Kelly Berglund, the actress who plays Val, because she just can't catch a break, man. I mean, finally gets what she wants, and then old what's his name,
Ace goes real heel and Nail drops it down. But you know what? I mean, she put on such a performance that Jack can't really ignore it.
So and then what's his name at the end certainly came in and did the same thing. Give me a mic in my belt.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember the guy's name, the cowboy wrestler there.
Wild Bill.
He saw his opportunity too. Yeah, Wild Bill saw his opportunity and took it.
He jumped on that. But I mean, let's talk about how Ace just kind of lost it, right? Snapping that leg.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a show, but in reality, I think Stephen Amell's character as the ref would have been right on him too, though. He basically let him do it too. I mean, yeah, I know it's a show and you have to have a story, but in reality, he was tapping for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
And he knew what he was doing. His brother knew what he was going to do. Yeah, bone popping out of the skin.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, there was a lot of different things going on in that episode. Even his relationship with Rooster, Jack's relationship with Rooster, where he tells Rooster everything about him and says, "Listen, I know you. Just be patient. It's coming.
I sign your paychecks. I know your name."
Yeah. So, he knew all of his names, like whatever he uses, right, at the bar, on the stage, in person. So it shows his character knows the guys. He just wants them to trust him, So I think there's definitely some happenings going on now. The fallout of all this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think they haven't announced a season 2 yet, but obviously this doesn't feel like a one and done, right? It feels like it's going to lead maybe cliffhanger, and then. But there was that sense of, to me, there was a sense of dread throughout the whole episode because they were vying to be in the county fair, right? And you just knew, didn't you just get the feeling you knew something was going to go wrong yet again, so they wouldn't, And of course,
well,
the leg shatters. But up until the point where I found out, okay, they did get it. But didn't you feel a sense of dread coming?
Yeah, well, that's just it. It was that added the tension, right? Because at this point in the series, you're rooting for them. You're invested in the characters. You're rooting for them.
Yeah.
You want them to succeed. You want them to blow away that show in Florida. You want them to get rid of all that. So I think all that. But then after all the drama, I guess you could say, that happened in the show, now you're like, the shine is off that apple, right? Everything just went to shit, and they were all like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we got in." Everything that this was supposed to be such a good thing is now so diminished because of what Ace did.
Yep. Exactly.
And then you see Ace and Jack go at it, and then Jack's son sees them, and it's just like, now we got to explain that. Now the whole family's in a turmoil, and then you get like, Bill confronting Jack's wife at the grocery store.
Yeah. I thought she was going to pull around and slug him or something. I don't know. I kept waiting for it, but she has some restraint.
Kudos to her for keeping her cool.
Yeah, I'll say.
Well, it just goes to show she's aware of everything she's doing will affect everything else, right? So it was an interesting dynamic to see, and he's playing a total ass, and he's being really good at it too.
Oh yeah, I always like
considering all the roles we've seen him play so far, being a little bit diminished, a little bit, and now he's like, I bet you he was just chomping at the bit to do a role like this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is, as I loved him in The Wire, loved him in True Blood, so this is a chance for him to really, he's never played a character like this before.
No, I remember seeing him in an episode of Criminal Minds where he was kind of like, he was delusional, and like he was a super brain, but he had psychological problems, and he was just kind of like losing it a little bit. But even then, he seemed diminished, like he was under the care of a doctor. Where here, this is just like way out there. I mean, naked on the plane, wearing nothing but the belt, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of being under the care of a doctor, Dr. Crane, that is. Shall we segue into Titans?
Titans.
Home. Wow. So we probably got our hookup we wanted.
Yeah, Superboy and Blackfire.
Yeah. I was hoping to see more than just the leg of the bed come off. I would have been happy if the whole bed got destroyed. Just turned into a fiery mess or something.
Yeah.
Those two on flames. But yeah, it happened.
It happens. Yeah, but you saw the power emanating underneath the bed.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I'm wondering what that's all about. But talk about a complete episode of manipulation. Crane manipulates everybody into place to have Starfire rupture that pipe.
Yeah.
And then, Crane's spending the whole episode trying to break into this pipe. You say you need an acetylene torch to get through that, and then Starfire does it in one burst,
And he goes and kills his mommy. Okay.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a... kind of saw that coming. I mean, when he shows up to his mom's practice and like, I'm in trouble. Don't you get it? Like...
Yeah. She probably had a chance if she hadn't called the SWAT team, but that went out the window.
Yeah, pretty much.
When he noticed them.
But, I think he was going in there to kill her anyway.
I'm confused by the ending. I don't know what Barbara was looking at. I must have missed a spot. Did you get to understand the ending? What Barbara was focusing on there? I didn't.
Well, the water that came into the office?
Yeah, what's that about?
Well, Crane tainted the water.
Ah, okay.
Crane tainted the water, so it's like everything coming in. Now all of Gotham's water supply is tainted, so it's there's troubles happening.
Well, and Bruce, I don't know what you would call it. A daydream, flash. Seeing. Well, first we had a nice, really cool vintage Robin outfit on that kid there, that Robin uniform. But he kept was he seeing himself when he was younger?
Yes, he was seeing himself.
Oh, okay.
But the bringing in of a new Tim Drake, which
that and got shot right off the bat, right?
Well, I mean,
after he was repeatedly warned not to follow.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's like Tim Drake's beginnings was a lot different in the comic books. So, I mean, Titans is kind of following its own course, I guess you could say. So, I guess they're playing a little loose with character origins and so on and so forth. So, we shall see. We shall see.
All right, how about some Lasso? Okay, let me just say, all right, I don't normally like bottle episodes because this one was technically a bottle episode, even though it had a lot of characters. So it focused on Coach Beard after the loss. But based on, since we know Brett Goldstein has this podcast and he's admitted cinephile, so this was based on the 85 Scorsese movie After Hours starring Griffin Dunn. So it was basically, well, to me, it was a little bit like Ferris Bueller's Day Off too in a bit. I didn't start off liking it, but then I loved it. I mean, how can you not like Coach Beard putting on an Irish accent, pretending he's from Oxford, fooling the rich kids, and hanging out with the fans? I mean, come on.
Oh, it was well done. It was well
Wasn't
done.
It great?
Yeah. But then you had a little bit of for him running for his life thing. So you throw in a little bit of what was that movie? Emilio Estevez, Cuba Gooding Jr., Dennis Leary.
Oh, well, they're in that RV?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
He's being chased by the bad guys.
Stephen Dorff, too. Yeah, was in that.
Yeah.
I just can't remember the name.
Yeah, me neither. But, I mean, you had a little bit of that when the big guy's chasing him, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, yeah. And then Jamie's father makes another appearance and just proves that he's even more of a dick than he usually is.
Yeah. Shouldn't he get back together with his girlfriend? He winds up at the club. Oh my God, the pants, his dancing. I not only did I love that song. Okay, I just came to say hello by Dragonette, Toronto group. Shout out. I kept looking for some kind of wires. I guess Brendan Hunt, the actor who plays Coach Beard, really knows how to hula hoop because hula hoop is hard. I don't know if you ever tried it. It's not easy, okay? And he was dancing. He was dancing with it, moving in a circle. So, man, MVP of this episode. Holy crap! Cat can dance.
And you notice his first dance was an emote in Fortnite.
Yeah,
the wiggle arms there thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's funny for a bottle episode. Normally those are your cheaper ones, but the music that they played in this episode cost a fortune.
Yeah,
they even had Queen, "We Are the Champions" at the end when the guys finally got their dream. To go on the pitch.
And how cool was that?
Yeah.
Beard lets them know. Yeah. Go talk to, ask for Renee. Tell him Beard says it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, oh wow. To be able to run out onto your home team's field. Come on.
Yeah.
Talk about a thank you, right? For a night out.
Well, even when it started in the bar with them, they're like, we talk about anything except the game. Have you been to Vegas? What's that like? What's Coach Lasso like? And then the other guy is some existential question.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's sitting there like he's holding court, right? He's
yeah. Vegas is good on the second night. 3 nights is too many. He's going answers each question succinctly.
No, it was good, and even May giving him shit.
May going on a second date with the old codger at the bar. Coffee was the first day.
No, like I said, everything about this show is endearing, and I think.
This was one of those episodes. Remember, they had 2 episodes extra, the Christmas one and this one. This is that other one.
Okay.
They ordered an extra 2. Yeah, this was that one.
Well, I think, and it's sort of the theme of this season is now we're kind of deep diving into each character, right? So now we've deep dived into Beard. We've deep dived into Roy. Roy becoming a coach.
Yeah, Nathan too.
Nathan as well. Even a bit of Rebecca.
Yeah.
And Sam with that whole
Sharon, the nurse. Dr. Sharon.
Dr. Sharon. Yeah, that was a deep dive. So now we're getting to really, really know everybody. Like I can't wait for Keeley because who doesn't love Keeley?
Yeah, Juno Temple. Well, plus hopefully next episode we get the the dish and the gossip. Remember that we were talking about last episode.
True, because as
You shagged him.
all this is going on, right? Rebecca's getting it on with Sam.
Yeah, her employee. Okay, her young
Yeah.
employee.
I love the next morning. Roy looks, what the fuck happened to you?
Yep, he's got the pants on.
When
maybe it wasn't a dream.
Ted notices it. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, not going to question that one. It's for just Beard and the Bar Boys, this was like really, really well done.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And and I loved it, like when he met up with the girl, and she brought him to fix his pants, and like they're talking, and he's acting like such a smooth operator.
Yeah.
He's just owning everything.
Till her big boyfriend calls.
Oh yeah, then he just
Who the fuck is that?
I like the face that he's waving to him.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, it was good. It was really, really good. And it's funny. Like last season episode, hit, man. You just wanted to just keep watching and watching and watching because it had so many great moments. Now you're watching it, but it's just like you're so satisfied with each episode. I don't need to see it again.
Well, except for that ending, like I said, I already played it 20 times because I love that song and I loved his dancing. And
Yeah. But I mean,
it was talk about a My Little Pony fever dream. That whole nightclub was
no kidding,
was
right?
Perfect.
No kidding. But like I said, it just like I'm watching where the first one you wanted to watch it all the way through to the end because you wanted to see how it turns out. This one, you're like, yeah, I'm getting these characters. And I want to see them interact together again, and I want to see that whole thing. So I think this season is going to really focus on each of the characters, and then next season is going to be like season 1. It's going to be like really, really overarching story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of next season, season 3, some of these players are cashing in big time. It's reported Jason Sudeikis is going to get $1 million an episode.
Oh, really?
Renegotiating their contracts. Oh, yeah. I mean, Apple can afford it. Let's face it, and it's their only really big hit besides the morning show.
Well, you know what? After what was it? 20 Emmy nominations.
Yeah, and this is like I said, Apple doesn't have much in terms of streaming, but this is the jewel of their crown for sure. The morning show got an well-deserved Emmy for Billy Crudup. He more than deserved that win, but really it's Ted Lasso that's keeping people subscribed to Apple.
Yeah,
they don't have much.
I can definitely say that.
Yeah,
because I mean. Yeah, and plus, like I said, over 20 Emmy nominations, that's a lot of bargaining leverage.
Yeah, for a relatively new streaming service. Oh, yeah.
Season for the first season, 20 Emmy nominations. Has that ever happened before?
Not for a streaming show. Maybe not any show, but...
Not any. I don't think any show got that many nominations in their first season, especially a 10-episode season.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, okay, forget. Let's pick a big show from way back, like ER. ER got nominated left, right, and center, right? But they had to do that over 23 episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
And Ted Lasso did it in 10. Like, they just said, hold my beer.
Well, yeah, but in the world of TV, there's also some little minor animosity and jealousy because they only have to do 10 episodes, the writers, whereas other writers on network shows, yes, have 22, 23. So, yeah, there's a bit of that's not fair in that world, but hey, quality's quality.
Yeah, I mean,
if you happen to be on a show with 10 episodes and it gets on, well, good for you,
I mean, my only downside for the 10 episodes is just like you got to wait so much longer for the next season to come in.
Yeah, it's a long wait. Sure. Oh yeah, definitely.
Speaking of new seasons, I just saw that the Boys wrapped.
Yes, they did.
Season 3 is wrapped. Yeah, so
I follow all them on Instagram. So yeah, I've been seeing the wrap pictures, and yeah, they're done. So I guess sometime in 2022. I'm hoping.
Well, do they
Spring?
edit? Do they edit it all out and then set it up, or do they edit and put up as they go along? I'm not sure. Not sure how they would do that.
I think. Well, they don't have a lot of episodes. They're like 8, right? Max, something like that.
Yeah, but they like release 3 and then one a week. So
yeah, I think they would do it all in one shot. I mean, unless they're really hard pressed to make it. I would say spring. If I had to guess that when it'll come out, for sure spring.
Well, I mean, I don't think they want to come out at Christmas. I don't think they want to go up against Cobra Kai.
Yeah, exactly. And the other ones that come out too, like, well, Apple's touting a new science fiction one called Foundation. I'll check it out, see how good that is. But let's segue into the revenge action thriller movie Kate on Netflix, starring my girlfriend, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Now, Mark, before you crap all over it, just let me ask you one question, okay? I know you didn't like it, but can you at least say you found something good in Mary Elizabeth Winstead's performance?
No, the performance was good. Overall, I like this one better than Jolt and Gunpowder Milkshake.
Did? Oh, thank God. Okay, good. I was hoping
I said I liked it better. I didn't say I didn't. I thought it was good.
No. I know, but I was hoping you'd say that, but I didn't think you would. But
the thing is, for me, like, I looked at this and I kind of thought, okay, I don't need this story.
No, I know you saw the absurdity and everything, but I was just hoping, you'd acknowledge it, but you would see that she really did deliver a great.
I mean, she
of a woman dying.
That was well done, and I mean, Woody Harrelson was Woody Harrelson, and everything else, and the girl that played Annie was, she was top notch in portraying it, but for me, like, the story just okay, like it just didn't gel for me. I mean, I understand everything that happened with it, but I didn't need this story. You know what I mean?
And the action scenes, well, I thought were great, but again, we come to that problem where, I don't know if you noticed, there's at one point Kate punches a guy clearly right in the throat. And we all know you've been even probably mildly hit in the throat, you know how much that hurts. The guy didn't even grab his throat. He just kept coming forward. So it's crap like that. It doesn't matter if a man or woman is throwing that punch at your throat, you're going down. And she punched him square in the larynx and he kept going forward. Like, so that crap I don't like.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, I think there's been just so much of this being put out lately that I'm just kind of like desensitized to it. But I mean, between Gunpowder Milkshake, Jolt, and this, and even
but the cinematography was good in this.
Cinematography wasn't bad. It was
Japan. Didn't it remind you of Tokyo Drift at one point?
A little bit. That car that she stole. Yeah. I mean, that was kind of cool, and it was gonna, it had a little bit of a John Wick chase scene kind of thing happening.
Yeah.
But again, though, we saw it in John Wick, right? So it's.
And Tokyo Drift.
And so, I mean, okay, you gave us a flashier car, but it's still the same chase.
Yeah.
And like I said, Woody Harrelson is Woody Harrelson, whether he's, playing this manipulative prick or if he's playing the cocky magician in Now You See Me, or whether he's playing the elder in Hunger Games. It's still Woody Harrelson being Woody Harrelson. It's like Sam Jackson is Sam Jackson in every movie he plays. You know what I mean? Yep. So it's, to me, like I said, I watched it, and like I said, it had its moments, but overall, I didn't see a point to the story.
Okay.
There wasn't a big aspect as to, okay, yeah, she felt guilty because they broke the rules and then she killed a guy in front of a kid. We don't do that. All right, fine. But then everything else that kind of comes around is everything just being one large manipulation. Okay. Like, to me, it felt like on the same level as Extraction. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we've seen this story and it's been done better. Why are we doing it again? You know what I mean?
No, but we've talked. We don't have to talk about it again. But we differ on Extraction. But we don't have to talk about it again. I love it.
No. But like I said, that type of movie has been done before, and it, like, in my opinion, it was done better in previous iterations. So, that's kind of like That's one of the things that bugs me these days is more or less that they're not coming up with really original type stuff, right? It's, yeah, we saw that. I mean, kick-ass female going after bad guys. We saw 3 iterations of that in the past 6 months, literally. So, I mean, it's it's just a matter of Hollywood just kind of like stepping up a little bit, coming up with better writing, and not just the the kick-ass female doing anything, but even like Michael B. Jordan's No Remorse. That had nothing to it either. And that was like, was that a Tom Clancy?
Yeah, Tom Clancy novel.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen better of a Tom Clancy novel brought to the cinema. So it's like
Patriot Games.
Come on, how can you go wrong with Patriot Games? Yeah. Hunt for Red October and Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger. Those just like leapt off the screen. Now I don't know if it was the writing or the directing or whatnot, but it's still, I mean, like I said, this movie visually looks great. It plays upon the Tokyo backdrop, right? It has, I mean, the anime playing on the buildings, it played off very well in that sense. But as far as the story's concerned, I mean, I know you like the action and you like that sort of thing, but you got to admit though, the story was kind of like, it was a little limp.
Well, I mean, yeah, we've seen. Well, no, we just seen versions of it before, but I just think it's hard to come up with an original idea. The only original idea I've seen, and I don't know, last decade was that Blood Red Sky, the vampire movie that took place on a plane. So I thought, oh, that's original. So we need more of that. But in terms of action movies, no, we haven't seen it yet.
I mean, we've been, I guess you could say, dazzled by all the comic book movies that have come to light, because now we actually have the technology to bring these to life properly, and they're doing such a great job of it that we it's like crack. We can't wait for the next one. So I think in this instance, it's like all the other smaller movies are kind of, there used to be a lot of smaller movies that had really, really not that great stories, but you could tell that they really tried hard with it, so.
All right, let's
hopefully
segue from the, sorry, go ahead.
I said, hopefully we'll get some of that back soon.
Let's segue in a new season of Fortnite. You like it?
I think it's got some interesting things. I'm glad they did away with a few of other things.
They brought the dinos back, though.
They brought the raptors back, which is
gave us some slipstreams that we haven't seen in a while.
I wish this, like I said, I wish the slipstream was kind of like all over, because that would really be fun and cool. Because we had a lot of fun with that in the first chapter.
Well, they're kind of giving me Halloween before I want it, though. Like I don't know how they're gonna improve on. Because you got the fog coming in, you got the zombies, and
the fog in that I think is I think they're really kicking the Unreal Engine up a notch when they're in their rendering for this game, and I think because I know the PC versions, the rendering is a much higher quality than what we're seeing on our consoles. I know my console on the Xbox, you get an HDR version, and it does look crispy. I mean, it does look really, really crispy on a 4K TV. But we've fell in love with Unreal. When Mandalorian came up and all that was done in the Unreal Engine, it was just like, oh wow, this is so photorealistic. I think with them, they got to keep a little bit of that cartoon aspect in Fortnite, but there's quite a bit of realism going on within that cartoon structure, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the cars. The cars are like the Ferrari look fantastic.
Yeah, and I heard this season's going to be anime centric, like the new skins. Oh, that'll be for purchase. I mean, there's one or two now that I think are anime, but we keep hearing what's his name? Not Dragon Ball Z. Who's the other guy they keep threatening? That Japanese anime guy can't remember his name. It's like a Dragon Ball Z guy.
Right.
He's part Naruto. Sorry, Naruto's supposed to be coming. But I'm not really an anime guy, so maybe I'll save some more money.
Yeah. Oh, you did claim Fabio Silvermane.
Fabio Sparklemane.
Sparklemane. Sorry. For all those unicorn
I will never use
lovers out
that
there.
one. I guarantee you. I haven't used a skin in the last 2 seasons. I'm not starting with that guy.
I mean,
he's the new Peely.
We got Carnage, but I mean,
yeah.
Was there really a necessity to put Carnage in there?
We already have Venom. So,
yeah.
Now, why don't we have Spider-Man? That would be cool. Who knows? Maybe they'll give us a Spider-Man, but that would be cool.
That would be cool. You see, I mean, if you're bringing in like alien invader kind of stuff, I mean, if you want to cross over if you're want to play in the Marvel universe, why not bring in the Brood from the X-Men?
Oh yeah, okay.
That's kind of a scary alien.
But is this one? Yeah, but is this season still considered alien though? I know last one, but is this one? What are they? I don't even know what they consider this one.
Well, this is kind of alien because because it's alien pieces all over the place, and all of those sideways is a different dimension, right? So.
But they introduced non-alien skins last season too, and people still bought them. So,
yeah.
Cammy, and from Street Fighter,
True. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, and I think they're unvaulting quite a few of the older skins. So if anyone you missed, then you kind of go, "It's back," and you jump on all of that.
Yeah, and eat crackers the rest of the week.
Hey, that's why I got Save the World, man. That's my money maker right there.
Well, I don't have anything else. Do you got something?
No.
Right.
Other than the boys wrapping up, that was about the only news I saw today.
Quiet week.
Yeah. Good watching, but quiet week in the news front. I'm sure things are going to start to pick up closer to Halloween because I mean, there's usually shit happens around that time, right? You're going to get some sort of movies are going to pop up and say, "Oh, look what we got." So, and we got a couple of things coming up soon in the next couple of months, like Red Notice and such. So that should be a romp.
It shall, sir. It shall.
It shall. So that should be enough from us. I'm sure you're adequately listened out. You can find us on our social media at Bay Rejects on Twitter, at Butcher Bay Rejects on Facebook. You can, and our website, butcherbayrejects.com. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Last week's episode got 132 views on Twitter.
What are you talking about?
The posting on Twitter for last week's episode got 132 views.
Oh, the posted,
the
not
post,
the episode.
not the podcast. I mean,
okay.
We're still hoping.
Okay.
I'm hopeful.
Okay.
I think we can be, entertaining enough to bring in a few people that want to hear about our musings.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. You can also find us. You can find us on all your podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Alexa TuneIn. This has been Butcher Bay Rejects. I'm Mark.
I'm Greg. Next week, nerds.
And have a good one. We'll see you.
Bye.